Hello everybody, welcome back to the video series lecture of PPS, and we have already started our first module, that is Introduction to Computer and Programming. In previous video we have seen different problem solving methods like algorithm and flowchart, and we have already seen different types of problems. First is a simple problem, second is a conditional problem, and third is a repetition problem. So today in this lecture we will discuss about the example of algorithm and flowchart of these three types of problems. So let us start with very first example. Our first example is the type of our first problem, that is simple problem, and in simple problem we have to just follow the steps in sequence. So the definition is like write an algorithm and draw a flowchart for addition of two numbers. First of all, before making an algorithm or flowchart, we have to think about three steps. Our first step is input. Then second is a process, and third step is output. So for any type of problem we have to think these three steps, then after we can write an algorithm or flowchart. So first of all, see the definition. The definition is addition of two numbers. So first think that what will be the input for this problem. So here addition of two numbers means we need two numbers, so it is our input. Then after, what will be the process? Here addition is our process, so this is our process. And finally, what will be the output of this problem? Here the answer of addition we have to display, so answer of addition is our output. So let's start how we can write algorithm. And as I said that algorithm is a step-by-step solution, means we have to write step by step giving statement number. So let us start. Our first step is always start. Then after we have to write input, and input is two numbers, means we have to take two variables, or we can say numbers. So how we can write it? Here we can write it like input two numbers A and B. Here A and B are the variables which are used to store the value of two numbers. Then after, next we have to write process, and the process is calculation of two numbers. So our third step is compute C is equal to A plus B. C is the another variable which is used to store the output of the addition of these two numbers. Now input part is completed, process also completed. Finally we have to print output, and output is our C variable, because answer of addition will be stored in our C variable. That's why we can write like display addition answer of C. We can also write it print the value of C. And last is stop. So this is the simple type of problem, and we have to just write the steps in sequence, that input, process and output. So algorithm is completed. Now move on to the flowchart. What is flowchart? Flowchart is nothing but a graphical representation. So just remember the symbols which we have to use for our flowchart. So first of all, this start and stop we will write in oval shape. So just see here, we have to write start in oval shape. Then after input, this is input and this is output. And for input and output we have to use parallelogram. So just use arrow, and arrow indicate as a data flow, that after start we have to write our input. So here in parallelogram, same statement we have to write, like input two numbers A and B. Now next part is a process, and for process we have to use rectangle. So again we need arrow for data flow, and in rectangle we have to write the same statement, like compute C is equal to A plus B. And finally we have to print our output, and for output again we have to use parallelogram. So in parallelogram write the same sentence, display the value of C, and our last statement is stop, and stop we have to write in oval shape. So this is the flow chart of addition of two numbers. Hope you understand very well our first category, that is simple problem. Now let's see one another category, that is a conditional problem. Let's see one another problem. The definition is like write an algorithm and draw a flow chart for find maximum number out of two numbers. So this is our second category, conditional problem. Why we have to use condition here? Because we have to find the maximum number out of two numbers. So we have to compare two numbers, like if we have two numbers like A and B. So first of all we have to compare that A greater than B, and here this is the condition, and if condition will be true then A is max, and if the condition false then B is max. So here we have two different outputs. At a time we will get only one output, but the possibilities are two, that either A will max or B will max. So how we can write this type of algorithm? Let's start. Our first step is start. Then we have to write input, and input is here two numbers, because we have to find max out of two numbers. That's why two numbers are our input. So just write input two numbers A and B. Now after entering input, next step is process. But here in process, how we can write it? We have to use condition. So we can write it like if A greater than B, because our condition is A greater than B, we have to find max. If you want to find minimum out of two numbers, then simply we have to change here the symbol, like operator, like less than, A less than B, then we can find minimum out of two numbers. Now either this condition will true or false. So our two outputs will be generated. So first of all we will write our input, like if this condition will true, then display A is max, and second output is display B is max, and our final statement is stop. But this is not our complete algorithm, because we have to set control that if this condition will true, then execute the statement number 4 only, not statement number 5. And if this condition will false, then we have to skip this statement number 4 and directly jump to the statement number 5. How we can write it? So here we have to do comma and write if this condition true, then go to statement number 4, otherwise go to statement number 5. So in this way we can set our control that for condition. and after executing this statement, suppose this condition will true, then statement number 4 will be execute, right? But after executing this statement, our control directly goes to the statement number 6, or we can say stop. So here again we have to set control that after executing this statement, go to statement number 6, and if this condition will false, then directly jump to the statement number 5, and after statement number 5, our statement number 6 is stop. So here we don't require that go to step number 6. In this way we can write the algorithm for any type of conditional problem. Let's see flow chart. First step is a start, and oval represents start and stop. After that, arrow. First of all, we have to write input, and input always write in parallelogram. So the same statement we have to write here. Input two numbers A and B. Now next is a condition. So here we can't use our rectangle symbol which are used for process, because this is condition. So for condition we have to use diamond symbol. Diamond is used for decision making or condition. So use diamond, and in diamond what we have to write? Our condition, and condition is A greater than B. So simply write the condition, and if our condition will true, then our output is display A is max, and this is the output, and symbol for output is parallelogram. So here in parallelogram we have to write display A is max, and if this condition will false, then our second output is display B is max, and finally we have to write stop. So here stop. But see here, after this statement number 4, our control goes to the directly on stop. So here we have to write like this, and same thing here. At a time only one path will be executed. If we take A is equal to 10 and B is equal to 5, then 10 greater than 5, our condition true, then this path will be executed, and stop. If we take B as a 50 and our condition will false, then this path will be executed. So at a time only one path will be executed. So in this way we can draw flow chart for conditional problem. Hope you understand well. So let's see one more example of this same type of problem. Let's see one another example, that is write an algorithm and draw a flow chart for find maximum number out of 3 numbers. In previous example we have do same process but for 2 numbers, and here in this example we have to find maximum number out of 3 numbers, means we have total 3 inputs like A, B and C, and here we have to use multiple condition. Why? Because in previous example we already check one condition like A greater than B, but here we have 3 variables A, B and C. So first of all we have to compare A and B. Now if A greater than B condition will true, then we will compare our A variable with C, that A greater than C. If yes, then in this case we can say that our A is max. this condition will true but this condition will false, then in this case our C variable is max. Now our first condition false, that A is not greater than B. Then we have to compare B with C variable, that B greater than C. If yes, then B is max, else C is max. So here we have to write three different conditions for comparison because we have a three different variables. So let's start how we can write the algorithm. First step is start. Second step is our input, and here input is a 3 numbers. Total we have to enter 3 numbers. So input 3 numbers A, B and C. Now our first condition is we have to compare A with B. So if A greater than B, control we will set at last because we don't know our remaining statement numbers in advance. So if this condition will true, then in true part we have to check again our second condition, and second condition is if A greater than C, and if this condition will true, then true part is A is max and false part is C is max. So here just to display the output, that display A is max and false part is display C is max. So the true part of this condition is completed. Now think about the false part of this condition. If this condition will be false, then in false part we have to check another condition, and that is B greater than C. So write the condition that if B greater than C, and if this condition will true, then B is max, and false, then C is max. So statement number 8 is like display B is max, and statement number 9 is display C is max, and at last stop. Now we have to set the control. If this condition true, then statement number 4 will be executed, but if this condition will false, then execute the statement number 7. So we have to write, then go to the statement number 4, otherwise go to statement number 7. So this is completed. Now move on second statement. Now here again condition. So again it has a true and false part. So if this condition true, then we have to execute statement number 5, and if this condition will false, then execute statement number 6. So here again we have to set the control, like then go to statement number 5, otherwise go to statement number 6. Here the possibility of output is total 3, means either A is max, B is max or C is max. So if this output will display, then after these all things will be skipped and our control directly goes to the statement number 10, and that is stop. So here we have to write simply that go to statement number 10. Same way, if this condition will false, then statement number 6 will execute that display C is max. So after displaying this output, our control goes to the stop. Directly we have to jump at statement number 10. Now again this is a condition. If this condition will true, then execute statement number 8, otherwise statement number 9. So same thing we have to write here. Then go to statement number 8, otherwise go to statement number 9. And if display B is max, then our control goes to the directly on stop. So here again go to statement number 10, and here we don't require to write go to statement number 10, because after statement 9 statement number 10 will be executed. So in this way we can write the algorithm for multiple condition, because here total 1, 2 and 3 condition we have write. Now let's see how we can draw the diagram, flow chart. So first symbol is a start, and our input is input 3 numbers A, B and C. So input part is completed. Now our first condition, and for condition we have to use diamond. In diamond we have to write our first condition, that is A greater than B. Next, if condition will true, then check the second condition, that is A greater than C, and again this is a condition. So again we have to use diamond symbol. Again this has two part, true or false. And if this condition true, then display A is max. So just use parallelogram and display A is max. So this statement is here, and if this condition false, then simply display C is max. Now move to the next condition, that is B greater than C. So the false part of our first condition is another condition, that is B greater than C. And if this condition will be true, then our true part is display B is max, and false part is C is max. And our last statement is stop. So we have to write here stop, but after executing this statement our control goes to the directly stop. Same for all the statements, because at a time only one output will be executed. So in this way we can draw flowchart and make an algorithm. The more example of third type of problems and second type of problem we will discuss in our next video lecture. Till then, just practice the example, more and more example. Bye bye. Thank you so much.